Hello all, I'm Johan Strydom, partner at PSG Silver Lakes in Outeniqua. PSG announced its unbundling and will be delisted. And to give us some clarity on this, I've asked one of our equity analysts, Marco Ras, to join me today and just explain what is in fact happening. Welcome, Marco.
Morning, Johan.
Thanks for joining us, and let's get right into it. What's happening? Please explain, what is this unbundling about?
Okay, Johan. So PSG Group is an investment holding company, and they have investments in a range of different companies. They have a large 60% holding in PSG Consult, which our clients know as PSG Wealth, PSG Asset Management, and PSG Insure. Then they have a 25% stake in Stadio, which is a tertiary education business. Roughly 64% stake in Kuro, which is an independent school network. Then they have a stake in Zeder, which is an agriculture business, and a 47% stake in CANS, which is currently still unlisted, but which is a fast-moving consumer goods business in Southern Africa. So what the unbundling means is that PSG is going to distribute these holdings that they have in these companies to their shareholders. And then the PSG Group share is just going to be delisted and removed from the stock exchange. As simple as that.
Marco, Mr. Picton announced and said one of the reasons was actually because it will unlock some value. Won't you just give us more clarity on that?
Okay, so on the JSE, investment holding companies like the PSG Group trade at roughly a 40% discount on average to their underlying value. This means that the investments that PSG has in these companies means that PSG share price should be above 110 Rand, for example, but the share price is only trading at 81 Rand. So the market is placing a very big discount to the value of the actual shares. Now, what happens is, if you own a PSG share, you indirectly hold shares in these other listed companies. So when they distribute those shares out of PSG to the shareholders, you will own the actual value of what it should be. So you will receive 113 Rands of value, even though the PSG shares are only trading at 81. So they are closing that gap from 81 Rand to 113 Rand, and that is the value unlock that happens for shareholders.
Okay, let's just explain that a bit more. Assume I'm a PSG shareholder. What happens?
Okay, so first of all, PSG is going to buy your PSG shares from you for about 23 Rand. Then you will receive about 3.8 Consult shares for every one PSG share at a value of about 52 Rand. You'll receive about one Stadio share at a value of 3.52 Rand, 1.8 Kuro shares at a value of 23.50 Rand, and Coop Agri shares, you will receive 0.124 shares for every one PSG share held at a value of about 6.36 Rand. And then they are going to list CANS, and you'll receive just above one share for about a value of 4.92 Rand. Now, if you add all of this up, the value that you will receive is 113 Rand. Yeah, and that's what shareholders will receive.
And that's the unlocking of the value. So just to be clear, so you won't be a shareholder of PSG anymore, but you'll get shares in all these other companies.
Exactly.
So the next question then is, what if I'm a shareholder of, let's assume, Kuro or Stadio or Consult? What's the implications to me then?
Well, if you're a shareholder in those companies, there's no implication. Those shares will stay listed on the exchange, and they will continue trading, and everything will stay the same. If you are a PSG shareholder, you will receive a little bit more shares. But if you don't own PSG shares, you only own, for example, Stadio, then you will just receive more Stadio shares. But everything will stay the same for those companies on the stock exchange.
Then I think lastly, probably most importantly for our clients who's invested with us, put their money with PSG, and we are managing their funds, what is the implication on their money and their investments?
Well, there isn't really, if you don't own, our clients' money isn't necessarily invested in these companies. They are quite well diversified in investments all over the world. But if they do own PSG shares, they will take part in the value unlock. But further on, there's no implication. So yeah, they will just keep their holdings in the other listed shares on the exchange, but further there's no implication.
Okay, perhaps I can actually add a bit here. As Marco mentioned, PSG Wealth is part of PSG Consult. PSG Wealth is a business that looks after your money, our clients' money. PSG Consult is a separate listed company. We don't own your funds. We are custodians of your funds, our clients' funds. So our job is to manage it on your behalf, to make sure it's diversified, to make sure that we diversify between different asset classes, some is in cash, bonds, equities, property, to make sure that we don't give all the money to one asset manager, but we diversify between them, to ensure that you don't have all your money in South Africa, but also have global exposure. So I think it's very important to understand that our job is to protect and grow your money, but that this unbundling don't have any effect on your investments with who we are managing and with PSG at the moment, and that we will continue to give you the same advice and service as we've done. Thank you, Marco, and thank you for listening. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to call any of the advisors in our offices. As you know, our office in Pretoria, Silver Lakes, or Pretoria, Olympus. And then you can also contact our advisors in George, and in our office in Mossel Bay, and in our office in Knysna, and then also in our office in Tet. So we should be available to help you with any questions. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Johan.